Americans have been accused of Islamophobia by British-American journalist and ex-Al Jazeera host Mehdi Hasan after Larry Elder posted a cartoon opposing Islamic socialist candidate for New York mayor Zohran Mamdani. Donald Trump and others have been fierce in their opposition to Mamdani, who pushes socialist and pro-Palestine policies like state-run grocery stores, rent controls and a $30 minimum wage.
You're reading in Argentina about New York. We have a problem. We have a communist who's 33 years old, doesn't know a damn thing. Practically, he's never worked a day in his life. And he sort of caught on, right? And I'm not going to send a lot of money to New York. I don't have to. You know, the money comes all through the White House. And if they're going to be sending us stupid policies, I mean, communist policies, which is proven for thousands of years doesn't work. You know, we don't have to prove it again. We're not going to ruin one of our great cities because we'll make that great. We will clean up the crime in about 30 days. Took 12 days to do Washington, D.C. But if somebody's going to be a communist mayor of New York, it's a fluke if he gets in. There are a lot of failed people that he's running against. I mean, you have inferior candidates or something, because it's impossible to think that New York City can have a communist mayor. He's a communist. He's not a socialist, by the way. There's a big difference. He's a communist. He's down and dirty. He's a communist. He hates police. He wants to get rid of all police. I mean, how can a policeman?
Many of New York's Jewish community have been vocal in fearing Mamdani's mayoralty. In a recent interview, the candidate refused to condemn Hamas, nor agree that it should disarm.
Do you believe that Hamas should lay down their weapons and leave the leadership in Gaza?
I believe that any future here in New York City is one that we have to make sure that's affordable for all. And as it pertains to Israel and Palestine, that we have to ensure that there is peace. And that is the future that we have to fight for.
But you won't say that Hamas should lay down their arms and give up leadership in Gaza.
I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety.
New Yorkers told GB News they didn't like Sadiq Khan nor Mamdani and feared a leftist pro-Palestine agenda.
And now we have Zohran Mamdani, who's coming in here. Nobody asked you a question.
So Mandani is the guy running for mayor
Mandani
here.
was actually protesting with these people last year within a lifetime, and he got arrested a couple of times protesting with them.
And you think these pro-Hamas people, these pro-terrorists, they feel emboldened by the likes of Mandani and the sort of far left and the communists here running right?
Of course they feel emboldened, because the Democratic Party, the Socialist Party, and the people that are in charge of these people are not doing anything to them. They're allowing them to run around free, cosplaying terrorism on American soil. Even the cops have to deal with this stuff. The cops have to actually sit here and look at this and say, wait, you know, we have terrorists, people drilling us terrorists on our community over here. How do we know that they don't have any bombs just underneath them?
We've got it in the UK as well. We had a terrorist attack at a synagogue the other day. People were killed.
So here you have these people. They have Hezbollah and they have Hamas headbands and they have their face coverings. So how do you know they're up to no good?
Do you think this sort of pro-jihad contingent is getting out of control in the West, the UK as well, America?
I think the West. To be honest with you, I think the West is cooked. If American people don't wake up, we're done. We're the terrorist organization. These people, these jihadist supporters, people that are supporting this type of. People that are supporting this type of action, where they're going to overtake New York City, they're going to overtake this country. They're first starting with New York City. Actually, they started with Dearborn, Michigan. They started with Passaic. They started with Jersey City, and now they're coming after New York City. But if they get a hold of New York City, you could kiss America goodbye.
It's happening in the UK too. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Stay safe.
I've got a question.
Hang on 1 second. In a minute.
I got a question about Keir Starmer.
Yes.
Okay, tell me something. Is Keir Starmer now beginning to wake up and realize and smelling the coffee?
Smelling the coffee to do with what?
That it's burnt. Like he had recognized Palestine as a state, and then there was that shooting in Manchester.
I mean, he says a lot of he talks the talk, but the actions, I think viewers would argue, don't represent that. But for example, they continually allow these kind of protests that we've seen tonight to carry on the streets of London. People calling for intifada and so on and so on.
What
have you, as an American, what have you heard about Keir Starmer and the UK?
Oh, I have friends that are there, and we've been there. We spent.
Are you Jewish?
Yes, and I spent the last couple summers in there, and I noticed from Oxford Street to Bond Street, it was like a stand. It was an Islamic stand of sorts, and they were all in hijabs and burqas and whatever else.
As a Jew, do you feel safer here in New York or London?
I can tell you in London I felt okay, but walking from Oxford Street to Bond Street Tube Station, I was scared. I was with my daughter and I was scared.
I'm sorry about that. That's shameful as a Brit to hear that, and I apologise.
It is. I love Britain and it's a great country, but I think that when you have a large amount of people praying in the middle of the street, that shows that they are showing their dominance. They want to take over, and that's not okay. It needs to be banned.
All right, I appreciate you.
And if you cut halal, you ban halal, then they said that they would leave.
Well, some people have suggested that. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Mehdi Hasan, who immigrated to the US, came under fire from Americans who perceived him to have moved there, taken a dislike to the country, and then decided to lecture its people. This week, Hasan spoke at the No Kings rally in Washington, D.C., accusing Donald Trump of fascism.
Our constitutional republic destroyed by the guy from Home Alone 2. Not going to do it. Because I did not inherit America. I did not inherit America. I chose America. I wasn't born here. I immigrated here. And we immigrants, we love this country often more than the people who are born here. Because we chose to move here, live here, swear an oath to the Constitution here. An oath that the guy down the street violates every morning and every night. And if you're not worried about Donald Trump trying to stay on for a third term, you should be. He's literally selling merch. So I worry about free and fair elections in 2028. We will out-organize them. We will outvote them. We will outlast them. Because when I see you all out here today, in your thousands, in millions across the country, I have hope. I have faith that America can defeat this fascist threat, this authoritarian mania, this MAGA cult, and save our freedoms. And I also have faith and hope that one day soon, the Palestinians will be free. Thank you very much for your time.
Responding to criticism, Zohran Mamdani said Donald Trump was just trying to distract me from what I'm fighting for.
Yesterday, Donald Trump said that I should be arrested. He said that I should be deported. He said that I should be denaturalized. And he said those things about me, someone who stands to be the first immigrant mayor of this city in generations, someone who would also be the first Muslim and the first South Asian mayor in this city's history. Less so because of who I am, because of where I come from, because of how I look or how I speak, and more so because he wants to distract from what I fight for. I fight for working people. I fight for the very people that have been priced out of this city, and I fight for the same people that he said he was fighting for.
Mamdani is widely expected to win his race for mayor of New York. Nick Dunning, GB News.